Hey everybody, so yesterday I just sort of spent some time going over the concept of the async cycle and the way promises work and micro tasks and stuff like that, which is pretty far off task from what I usually do because normally I'm highly focused on just developing this application, not talking about concepts. But there are three main concepts that I think mess up most JavaScript developers. And that is one of them, the way the timing works with promises and things like that. The other one is like kind of the way deep referencing works. Um, Sometimes a kind of a subcategory that would be like closures and things like that. And then the third one, I don't know, I can't remember what the third one is at the moment. But anyways, that was one of the big three that I think make a big difference. Um, so when I built this out, I just sort of basically went through and I have a list, and then I went through and picked individually, kind of wrote code for it. I would like to convert that so that it just loops over it. So I have a font list that is populated, and I know that all the promises that were populated within the font list are have been resolved because I have this promise all. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to say go through the list, and for each one of them, go ahead and populate the font attribute. So basically, these things can have a name. They have to have a name, and they have to have a promise, and then they can have a font. And then later on in the code, um, the font is used to set the fonts. So like if I go, and that is working now. So if I go into this mesh, and let's say I just make like one of them bold. Um, oh, got the pop down. So now my by is bold, and you can see it looks a little different than the crafty. Um, so Crafty by Melissa, by the way, is my wife's business and her TikTok handle, and she sells lots of cool stuff. So she does a show where she shows everyone how to make tumblers and how to decorate them and stuff like that. So she is the bomb. So anyways, this is I can't remember what yeah, font interface. So if we go look at the font interfaces, basically they have a name, a promise, and an optional font. Um, and the font is a ThreeJS font. Um, so basically, I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to say font item dot font is equal to font item dot promise dot then actually that's not going to work. So basically that's not what I want to do. What I want to do is I want to sign it within the callback of the promise. So the promise is resolved. So basically, then within here, I'll say font. So I'm actually just going to put the curly brackets in there. And yeah, I'm going to say font item dot font is equal to font. So basically, this is going to iterate over each item in the font list, and then um, for each one of them, it's going to execute the promise that's stored. So this promise that's here, and the result of that promise is going to be the actual font. So that should work. We're going to lose the animation when I hit save, but those two lines of code um, go down to one, or those two sections of code go down to one. And what's even better is that when we add a third one and a fourth one, this code won't have to be altered. The way I had it before, it would have to be altered. So I'm going to add my name, the mesh. I'm going to convert it to a font, text type mesh. I'm going to change the height to 0.1. That's the depth of it. I don't know why they call it height. And then I'm going to change that to bold. And boom. So that worked. I think, let's see, what is the time? Am I going to do it again? Okay, I'm 6 minutes in. Okay, I think what I should do is, see, this promise actually returns a promise void of type void. So I'm going to say font promises, which is of type promise, and it's a void. And then equals, I'm just going to set it like that. And then I'm going to say that this also could be undefined. And then here I'm just going to say this dot font promises. Oh my gosh. Okay. So basically I'm doing that. So I think what we can do, since it's done in the constructor, I don't think I have to say that it's void, um, which is one of the benefits of doing stuff in the constructor. I believe any place else I would not. I would have to say that it was void. It could be void, undefined. So basically down here, okay, let's say that's font promises. Here, I'm just going to undo and do. That's my favorite way of getting back to my original place. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to save this, and I'm going to say Control F, and I'm looking for Helvik, or Helv. Um, okay, what is going on? Okay, so let's just look for this Helviker promise. Basically, the place that I use it is where I want to. My goodness, Control F. Oh, wait. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I wonder why that didn't come up. So basically right now I'm manually waiting for each one of these to come back, not blocking, but basically making this not run until after this is done. And basically, so every time I would add a new font, I would have to do this. So I'm just going to say, I believe I can just say await. Oh my gosh, Control Z. Wait, this dot all font promises, and then I can block this, and then I don't know if I want to do it that way. Um, so then I can say that the font, the actual font is, we can iterate over, we can do the same thing, we can iterate over it. So this dot font list dot for each, and then we're going to get a font item, and then font interface, and then this is going to that. Now if font item dot name is equal to the mesh item dot font. So if those are equal, then we'll set the font is equal to font item dot font. So then we won't need this and this anymore. So basically we're going to wait for all the promises to come back before we allow any of this other code. Okay, what's the problem here? And then font. Can I just say as? See, I know that this is going to work. So as font. No. I guess honestly what we should do at this point is, oh, we don't need this promise. We should just assign it to the first one by default. We'll default it to the first item. So this dot font list 0, 0 dot font. And then this, I can say as font. Now what's the problem? Type font undefined. So it doesn't care about that. You know, I guess the const f equals font item font as font, and then f. So then I wonder if, can I just do this? I thought I tried this, right? It didn't like this. Oh no, okay, it's happy with that. So anyways, yeah, so this is how you do that, how you get kind of past this TypeScript issue. And that's that. Let's see, this video is 14 minutes long, which is a little bit long, but you know, not too bad. Anyways, happy coding, everybody. Bye.